Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. I'm at the junkyard right now. Just showed up. I gotta grab a part because if you guys have been watching the last video or two, I've been getting some work done on the Miata. And then I was coming home the other day from skating in this thing and I went to roll the window up and it stopped right there. And the switch, I'm pretty sure, is just completely dead. It was working totally fine because this is the only good window I've ever had on this car because I swapped the doors a while ago. And so I think the master switch just died because I still have the master switch on that side. I've got just the normal switch on this side because I don't care. It'd be nice to have right-hand drive door panels to go with the whole car, but you know, those are expensive and hard to find, so I settled. So there is an Integra here. I was here the other day with my buddy Doge. We were looking for a pedal box, pedal assembly for DJ's K-Swap and his CRX. Stumbled across a four-door Integra, a DA, DB1 technically, and it was an LS, so I believe it should have the power window switch if it's not taken or broken. So I'm gonna run in really quick. I got my little bag of tools behind me, and I'm gonna try and find this. Maybe I'll get lucky and find just something I missed the other day that I could use. I don't know. And shout out to the guy that was just pulling up next to me on the light, complimenting my car. Appreciate you, if you ever see this. Probably won't, but if you do, shout out. Somewhere around here. Somewhere around here. And here it be. Oh yeah, because I was going to grab the valve cover the other day. I never did. No, that's not sturdy. How about there? Okay. Is there a door panel back here? I think that is. Get out of here. No, that's just half the dash. Shoot. Well, that's very unpleasant. The one thing I came for is the one thing that's missing. Everything else on this car is either broken or still here, other than the freaking door panel with the damn window switch. Douchebags. There's nothing worth even taking. Well, shoot. Yeah, I don't know now. Well, there's absolutely nothing here at the yard. There's like 4 or 5 EFs for whatever reason. I thought those were the hard ones to find. DA's definitely harder, but yeah, absolutely nothing here. So not a total waste of time though, because I have to be on this side of town anyway, because I have to go to the hose fitting store and buy a new dash 6 for my turbo water feed line because it started leaking at the swivel. So rip. And also ripped my window because now I have to find a door switch somewhere else. So if any of you guys actually have a DA master switch, like power master switch or whatever, and you want to hook me up, send it to the PO box. Link in the description, or address in the description. So I just pulled up to the hose store. It's a Tuesday at 10:30 in the morning, and they're closed. I don't understand. If that's not my luck, then I don't know what is. No switch at the junkyard. I mean, first off, everything all the little things I'm finding wrong with the Miata now that I have it apart. And then no switch at the junkyard. The one and only hose store that sells fittings like that, as far as I know, in Phoenix, is closed. So what the hell? What do I do? I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm frustrated. I have more 90 fittings. I just don't have a 45. I just need a 45. I just swung by Joe down at Low Cash CNC. If you guys don't know his company, he does a lot of drag parts, a lot of billet aluminum parts. He's the guy that makes like the fancy billet valve covers and all that stuff. But he's a really cool guy. He likes me for whatever reason. So I just swung by his shop anyway and was asking him if he had fittings, because he's the guy that I usually buy all my AN fittings from, like the weld-on stuff. But he didn't have any. But he does have a buddy that works at the hose store I was just at, and he said for whatever reason they must have just been on break or something, because he said they're definitely supposed to be open, and he said that his buddy just was there and they had people in there even though I literally just left. So I don't know. I'm gonna go back though because it's right there up the street, and then hopefully they're open and I can get my fitting, and then I can get something done today if I can even drive my dang car. This is hard to do. Got it. If you guys didn't know, AN fittings are very expensive. This 145 degree dash 6 was 17 bucks. Highway robbery. Pulled the old hose off. Well, I mean, I'm not changing the hose.
just changing the fitting. So if you guys have never done AN fittings before, they literally just go on like that, just a compression style fitting. So this one, the issue, you can kind of see how that head flexes. It's not supposed to do it that much. So where it's leaking is this little teeny seam that goes all the way around here. This is an eBay AN fitting. The only ones that I've ever had issues with are the eBay swivel ones. They do have eBay straights, they have a few other styles, and these are the only ones that I've had issues with. And this is only the, I think honestly the first one, maybe second one to fail on me. So this one is a real like red line, red horse, whatever it's called. So this is a good quality one. This is $17 for the single fitting, whereas I bought this with a bunch of line and 6 other fittings or something like that for like 40 bucks. So I mean, this is definitely one of those things, fitting wise, you kind of get what you pay for. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. In this case, I did not get lucky. So I'm just gonna unthread it here using some, using this adjustable wrench. And we will just do that, and then loosen it up just like that. Okay, so once you got that off, the fitting is a left-hand thread, so then you just want to rotate it right-hand. You may have to stick it in the vise and turn it around, but yeah, it's a right-hand, left-hand pitch, so you have to spin it right-handed to get it off. Okay. There we go. Now it's all pokey and that's gonna suck to try to put in. But the trick to actually getting these things to feed in here is, yeah, this fitting's all loose, so whatever, we can just throw this whole thing away. The trick to doing this though is, ideally you have, they make clamps for this. I don't really care about scratching it because it's not a show car, but you're gonna throw this in here pretty much like that, and then you want to feed the bottom part of the hose in there, and then you want to take a small screwdriver, something like this, and kind of push the rest in. And it is a bit tedious, but it's not impossible. So let's try. Okay. Could be worse. And then again, it's left-hand thread, so you're just gonna want to push and rotate to the left, and get that as far up in there. There is a point at which it will stop, so you just need to get it to that point. Okay, we got that on. Now, to get the other side of the fitting in, I like to go into the vise like that, because now you're gonna have to push down and thread the top piece in, which isn't the hard part. That was the hard part, was getting that fitting in. So just go ahead and get this thing started and thread it in like normal, like that. So now we can just go ahead and crank this thing down. It is aluminum, so just be wary of that when you're tightening it, and send it home. And we're good to go now. This thing's all seated up and fixed. Got the fittings replaced. I went ahead and did this one too, because this was the other one that was leaking, but I already had a fitting for that. I may have to end up replacing the hose though, because it got really frayed going into the actual fitting right there. So if that starts leaking, or if that wants to come out, then I'm definitely gonna have to replace it. I do have extra hose though, so it's not a big deal. It's just a matter of having to drain, or it's gonna lose some coolant, because I already lost quite a bit, because when I pulled the hose off right here, it was just like a geyser floating up. But yeah, so I gotta bleed the cooling system again, but that's a given since I did open it. But yeah, I gotta actually run back to Tempe now, because the seat that I ordered for this car just showed up, and its brake pads. And then I don't even know now, because it's already halfway through the day, if I'm gonna start on the suspension or not. I may get the control arms and the ball joints done, since those are just bolt-on things. Control arms, just long bolt through there. Already got the splash shield off. Ball joint, just undo the strut, and there's a through bolt, and then a bolt that holds it going down. I don't know. Probably gonna be what I'm gonna do. We'll see. We'll see how motivated I am today. I just don't want to make this an extremely long video of doing this and that, and then the bushing replacement and then ball joints and stuff like that. Save that for a next video, I'm pretty sure. So whatever, let's get out there. Another 30-minute drive, go pick up our seat. So I'm pretty excited though. It's gonna look good. It should feel good. Let's go. Here we be, boys. Right, we got our Sparco Sprint, so I chose the blue one, and I don't know, it doesn't really match the interior, but the black ones have been on back order for, what are we in, November, so 6 months, so I didn't feel like waiting when this one came in 3 days. And blue, I like blue seats. It was blue, red, or black. Black, back order, red, not my color so much. Blue, I like blue, but we got it. And we got some StopTech Sport brake pads. These are the same pads that I run here on the Integra. The Miata's brake pads that are on there now, just garbage. I don't know what they are. They were on the car when I got them. Actually, no, I might have changed them when I got them. I don't know. Either way, they have to be some parts store cheapies, and they don't bite for crap. The brakes never get hot really, but they just don't bite. So these ones should definitely help. Give me some braking power. So whatever. It's hot. It's November, and it feels like it's freaking 100 degrees, so probably because I'm sitting in the sun. Let's get going. What do you say we unravel this thing, eh? Get an idea for what it looks like. Need both hands. Alright, not too bad. This thing looks pretty darn comfortable. I don't know. Not much to say. It's a seat. I don't know how to put it in though. It doesn't come with brackets. I figured I was gonna have to make my own. Yeah, so the Sparcos, they mount on the bottom. There's 4 holes here. So it'll be a very easy bracket to make. I'm just literally gonna have to make a seat bracket, drill 4 holes, and mount it straight down. I'm not gonna bother with sliders because nobody drives my car but me, and I mean 99% of the time, every now and again DJ might drive it for a few minutes, and he's basically the same height as me, just a little bit longer legs, so he'll suffer. But other than that, nobody really drives it, so fixed seat it is. Since it's already so late in the day, and by late I mean it's going on like maybe 2 o'clock, but it's late for me to get started on the bushings and stuff. That's gonna take quite a few hours, so I think for the rest of this video, I'm gonna just make a seat bracket and get this seat mounted in because it should be pretty simple, pretty quick. And I'll take you guys, kind of show you the process. It's really simple. I've already got some material left over from Ben, the guy that I made the seat bracket for just a few days ago. He brought extra material so I could keep the rest, so thank you, Ben, if you end up watching this one. It's going to good use. I'm gonna make my own bracket here in a moment. A little bit of a tight space here. Might have to take the hard top off to get a little bit of room to work with, but Miata seat, 14 mils. No, it scratched the bracket. I might not even have to make it. I'm gonna try this first. These factory sliders are just bolted on. I'm gonna unbolt these real quick and see how close they are to lining up. And I have 2 driver seats. One of them I got for free from a buddy. This one was one that came in the Miata, and it's all destroyed, so I don't care about taking it apart. Okay, there we go. We got ourselves our Miata seat rails. Now, hopefully these bolt right up. If they do, that's a nice little win. Okay. Moment of truth. You know, I think I should probably clean these up beforehand, but whatever. So it is gonna work. I just have to re-drill the hole. The hole's only off a little bit, but I got space in there to, you know, tighten it down with, I'm sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and just re-drill the hole, make a little mark on each one, then wash these really good, and then try and clean up the fabric now. It's getting dirty already, but yeah, should be good. You can definitely get them both in. The one screw you can drill right in, or bolt right in. The other one, the holes do line up, but they are very tight to get in, so you have to kind of like get it started by hand if you can. And then I found that actually going in with just a 12mm wrench and just doing little teeny bits of a turn at a time, and you will get it. So I already got this one in. I had to undo the spring. I'm gonna have to fiddle with this a little and then finish bolting this in, and it'll drop right in, so that's really cool. It's ready to go back in. Went way better than I thought. Let's get this thing bolted in really quick, see how it looks. Okay, I was fooled. Factory rails are too wide, or the seat's wider than the factory rails are. So, I have to modify this. Finally got the seat bolted all the way in, so I ended up having to modify the front piece here. You can see I kind of just cut and re-welded it. I added a little spacer. It's like, I don't know, 1/8 inch thick flat stock or something like that. And essentially, if I can get this one-handed, but yeah, it's hard to see anyway, but I did the same thing back here. So seat is all the way in, and I haven't even sat in it yet, so I don't know how it's gonna feel. So let's sit in it. And it wasn't too hard to modify. Obviously it's easier being that I have a welder, but one thing I definitely noticed about this seat while trying to modify it is, for being such a reputable brand, the quality of this fabric, absolute garbage. I don't know what it is. I've had an OMPC before and another, I think a Brid, whatever you want to call it, and they all pretty much use the same style, cheap paper thin. Like, if you blow on it too hard, it's gonna tear. So just from grinding a little bit next to it, even though I had tarp over it, it got little frayed burn holes in it. I don't know what the NRG seats use on it, but it's much, to me, better quality fabric. But the seat is in, and it feels good. I mean, really. I'm probably gonna have to end up getting a seatbelt extender right here. You know what, let's try and, oh, I'm on a slant. Hold on, let me try and grab the seatbelt here. Okay, I don't think I need the seatbelt extender. This, I don't like how it's sitting against that, so maybe I can buy the extender. But the seatbelt's in. I will be making a harness bar. My tube die actually finally shipped this morning. It's only been a month and a half, but I will have my 1.5" tube die, and then I can make myself a roll bar, and then I'll probably just switch to a harness because I don't really like this, to be honest. I don't like this 3-point belt in this seat. It feels awkward. It is nice just because it's quick and easy to get on, unlike a harness like in the Integra, the 5-point harness. Super obnoxious to get in and out of the car, mostly out. I mean, getting in sucks, but yeah, getting out is just repetitive because it's like you can't just like unlatch it and leap out because you have to like, mine's a latch style. Mine's not just like the circle one that's got the freaking things in it. I forget what it's called, cam lock. Mine's not a cam lock. Mine's like an actual belt style where you gotta like ching, choo, choo type stuff. Obnoxious. I love that harness. The Crower, I don't even know. G4, no, G4s, yeah, the G4s, fantastic harness, but just obnoxious. So 3-point is nice. I can get buckled in, so I'm just excited that this thing is actually going to hold me in place now. Now I can go hit the canyons and stuff and maybe try and get sideways without being over in that seat. But I am going to end this video off here, guys. A lot of jabbering. I know this was supposed to be suspension stuff, and then the day got away from me, but at least we got the seat done, and we got those hoses fittings replaced. So if you guys enjoyed the video, let me know in the comments down below. If you're new to the channel, hopefully you've considered subscribing, and if you guys could do me a favor and just hip thrust that like button, I would greatly appreciate that. And remember, guys, we got stickers in the big cartel. Link will be in the description, and I do have a Patreon if you want to sign up and help support the channel, get behind the scenes stuff, and once I have enough people, I'll start doing giveaways and whatnot, blah blah blah. Anyways, guys, do yourself a good bit of the rest. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.